Welcome to Fearless Finances, where I try to take the fear out of your finances. Today, we're on episode 3 of my money making move to Mexico. And today, we're going to talk about online shopping and deliveries. You see, you can get all the conveniences of many of the things you have here in the United States at less cost in Mexico. Now, there's a few things you might have to sacrifice, and there may be a few things that you'll have to navigate that are a little different, but yet you can do all of your shopping online and still enjoy the beach, at least for most cities in Mexico. I personally have been to Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Mazatlan, and all of the things that I'm about to show you worked there too. So let's get to it. The first thing that I want to share with you is Walmart's website. Now, Walmart does not have the politics that I generally support, and I will show you Costco and what I learned about their site. But generally speaking, not as many locations have a Costco, which essentially means you cannot get fresh produce or frozen goods from Costco because they'll ship it to you, but they don't deliver it unless there's a Costco in your area. Now, if you want to do ordering from a company like Walmart, you need to be at their Mexico site. Can you see that up at the top? It says walmart.com/MX. Now, this site is actually written in Spanish, and my internet browser is translating it. You want to make sure that your internet browser does translate it. My Walmart app does not work in Mexico, even though I have a Mexican phone and phone number. The reason is I've logged in on that phone to my US Google account. And so everything retros back to the United States. You, of course, could leave yours not signed in, and then the Mexican Walmart app might work. I don't know if it'll translate it though, because when I use my Amazon app, it does not translate it to English. We'll talk about that in a minute. Walmart's website doesn't translate well. For example, if I were to go to their search bar here and type in grapes, like you want to order some grapes and have those delivered, please notice I did not get any fresh produce. Essentially, what we see here are things that would say grape in it for the Mexican people. So normally these are going to be like US products. Sometimes I don't even understand how some of these things come up. One time I typed in bubble gum and I can't even remember what I got, but it was nothing to do with bubble gum. Because look at here. We've got Stanley heavy duty fasteners, which are staples when we typed in grapes. Now, some of these things we understand, like this grape explosion protein drink, looks like it. But some of these other things just don't make sense. If you really want to have grapes, you need to type in the Spanish word for grapes, which is uvas. Oopsie. See, we even had an Espanol issue. I put in uvas thinking it was plural, but apparently the search engine just wants the non-plural uva. Hey, before we go much further in this discussion, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to this channel. I am this close to being monetized, and it's mostly the need for subscribers. I have lots of watch hours. I'm just a little short on the subscribers. And if you're liking this content, please subscribe. It's very helpful too if you like this video because then it gets out to other people. And if you've got any questions or comments for me, chat them below in the comments and I'll make sure I get back to you. And now back to the regular program. This is why it is muy importante to have the translator both on your app and in your web browser. If you notice here up in my toolbar, I have Google Translate right there. And so if I want at the Walmart site to order grapes, I would type in grapes on the English side and it says uvas. See, it's plural. I didn't just want one grape. I wanted grapes. I don't know, but this is why it's super challenging trying to order things online, especially at websites that are not set up with good translators. What's happened over the time that I've lived in Mexico is I've set up a number of essentially favorites, or I have things that I've ordered frequently. You know what? I just realized I made a big mistake. When I told you that it's walmart.com/Mexico, no, you want super Walmart.com. You see, that's where you're going to get the deliveries. The other one, not so much. So here's my reorder list. Here are things that I frequently purchase. So we've got pasta, bacon, asparagus, tells you when it's out, and lots of things get out in Mexico. As you can see from my list here, that certain companies may sell their products in Mexico, like Heinz or Hershey's. You'll pay a premium for these because they're imported and they will have a slight tariff or import tax on them. But nonetheless, you'll know what sort of quality it is, and it will be the same product as you would have ordered here in the States or in Canada. It took me a while to get this whole list together, and there were a lot of Google Translate searches. A couple of things you can expect when you're ordering things from a company like Walmart. Point one, most of the people who are doing the shopping and delivery aren't necessarily Walmart employees. In fact, frequently when you're in Mexico, you'll have people who are bagging your groceries at the end of the checkout. Normally, they are not employees of that store. That's why tipping them is muy importante. They are simply doing this service for a tip. And the same is true with these online deliveries. As a result, you might pick, I would like my things delivered between 8 and 9 tomorrow morning. If there's no one there to do the delivery at 8 or 9, you're not getting your delivery at 8 or 9. You'll also find that some people are good about this and other people are not. Even though you'll provide a phone number that they can text you for replacements, and there used to be this wonderful woman who would do shopping and deliveries Monday mornings at 8. She was awesome. She'd literally text me, and granted, in Espanol, but I'd drop it into the translator. The grapes today don't look very good. Would you like these instead? And then she'd send me a picture of whatever. And then I could decide, do I want the grapes? Do I want that other thing? Do I want nothing? She was so good. So very good. I haven't seen her in a long time. She might have got a new job. Somebody might have scooped her up because she was smart and good and efficient. Because my last few deliveries, oh my, not so good. One of them was 5 hours late. I had to leave for another appointment, but there are people in my building who would, and I talked to them about it, get my delivery for me. The gentleman texted me 5 hours late, said, I'm here. I responded promptly, please ring the buzzer and someone will let you in. And he left. Yes, 5 hours late, and wouldn't even take 2 extra minutes to make sure I got my order. Now, chances are he was very behind on lots of orders. I understand, but there should also be a way that people can communicate with you and delay your order and let you know when they might be coming. There is nothing like that. Which brings me to point number two about online delivery orders, at least from Walmart. And I think I've encountered this at Uber Eats too. There's something wrong in my order. Like, for example, I tried ordering a watermelon from Walmart, and when I got it, it was rotten. So I got on the Walmart app to return it. I had to go into this like little chat session, which was all in Espanol. I was really talking to an automated system, which was difficult to navigate. But once I finally got through to somebody, they told me I had to bring it in for my refund. So a $5 watermelon I could take on the bus and get to the store to return it, or I could take a $5 Uber to get my $5 back. I chose to just get rid of the rotten watermelon. Here in the United States, good gravy. Like with Target or Walmart, you basically push a button, and half the time, if it's $5, they're like, forget about it, keep it. Sorry. Like that's it. Which brings me to Uber Eats. Now, granted, your Uber Eats down there is going to work very much like your Uber Eats here. Only most things are delivered for free. Dun, dun, dun. Again, you have to tip well because that's generally all the person is making. Dun, dun, dun. But if there is something wrong with your order, all you get to do is rate your driver, which in my area of Mexico, they're awesome. They're right on it. And this time, the app actually tracks, like they picked it up, they're going to deliver it. The Walmart one does not. But if there's something wrong with the order, like I've gotten the complete wrong thing, I've had things that weren't supposed to be in there, that were in there, things that it just messed up. That happened at the store. That is not my driver's fault. And there's no way to report it unless I get online to Uber Eats on my PC and notify them. But it's been Uber who's refunded it, not the pizza place or the burger place. I don't know if they follow up with them, but it's been a credit from Uber, not the entity. Okay, in my community, there is a Sam's Club. I had to get a separate membership for my Sam's Club and for my Walmart delivery. Both of the memberships are less expensive in Mexico than you'll find here in the United States. I think each of them are like $30 for the year. The only reason I'm keeping the Sam's Club one right now is for some of the fresh meats. I tend to find that I can get better quality meat from Sam's Club than I can from Walmart. So I keep my Sam's Club because I much prefer Costco. Costco, even though it's not in my community, will ship me huge boxes. I mean, I think I had a $300 order once I found out I could do this. The huge thing of paper towels, the huge thing of toilet paper, the same Costco brand that you would find here that you love is there. And they shipped it to me entirely for free. The other thing that I love about Costco and ordering online with them is there's no separate membership. I had to buy a separate thing for Walmart and Sam's Club and also for Amazon. Now, if you are online at Amazon, your standard Prime account, you'll notice that right up by the search bar is a little flag. It's like a little US flag, at least if you're in the United States and ordering from the United States. You can switch this by hovering your mouse over it, and the same function is on your app. And then it says change country or region. Here you'll see Canada, because sometimes I order things for my son who lives up there. But then you can also select Mexico and these other countries that are there. Notice it's a separate website. Now, your standard Prime account will get you products shipped to Mexico, but normally you're paying for a number of the products an import tax or shipping. If you are a Mexican Prime member, which I am, then those fees will be waived. No shipping on anything, just like you'd find in the United States. So I pay a separate Prime fee, one for my US account and one for my Mexican account. Please notice once again, this site is in Spanish, but everything is translated. And here you are also going to find that the translator is way, way, way better. For example, let's try the same thing again. Granted, I don't think I'm going to actually get grapes here, but notice how I'm getting things that relate more to grapes, although I'm still getting the staples. This really makes me want to type staples in here and see what comes up. Grapas. Like they grab things. Oh, see, and this is also how I've learned some more Spanish. Kind of handy. Grapas. I think I'm saying that right. My pronunciation is not that good with my Espanol. I got to be around my Mexican friends so it like rubs off on me a little bit better. But back to Amazon. Let's say I want to order sunscreen. Now, I do know in Mexico, this is called Solar Protector. But nonetheless, by putting in sunscreen, I still got sunscreen. In fact, let's see what happens when I put sunscreen into the Walmart search. This one worked. Well, that's pretty nice. I wonder though, what will happen if we put in Solar Protector, because this is not a very good selection. And the only thing that I'm really seeing here are either American or mostly American or other countries' products. So let's put in Solar Protector instead. Can you see the difference? It is muy importante, especially at the Walmart site and a number of others like it, to use the Espanol. I will also tell you that rarely will you see Amazon delivery in cities like Mazatlan on same day. It's usually at least next day or a few days. I know that they're starting up a distribution center in the Mazatlan area, so I would expect that that might improve going forward. Maybe if you're in Mexico City or Guadalajara, you might see better delivery times. And how spoiled are we? I expect things to show up that same day. Wow, it's pretty amazing. I do a lot of online ordering because I'm down there working and writing a book and trying to do this YouTube channel. It is worth it to me to have somebody else do the shopping for me. But I will tell you, it can be really challenging getting the right quality products when I need them. So, if you have any experience with ordering online in other countries, please jot it below in the comments, and I'll have some new videos about my money making move to Mexico coming up soon. If you'd like to know how I decided on my city or I picked my rental, click right there, and I will see you there in a minute.